What's up, Average Dad fans? Welcome back to another video, and today Jamie has scrolled through every comment on any of my Vivo X200 Ultra videos. He's taken some mean ones, some nice ones, a lot of questions and statements. In this video I will be reacting to and answering every one that he has chosen, but I don't know what he's going to ask. Let's go. So here we are. As mentioned, Jamie has taken a lot of comments and questions and feedback in the comments. I respond and like every comment. Don't get me wrong, there are some morons that I remove, but more often than not, as anyone will know, I do get back to everyone. So I'm intrigued to know what ones Jamie's pulled out, because we've done a lot of Vivo X200 Ultra content, and for the majority of you that's a major positive, but I do see that now people are saying I'm just a Vivo channel, which is hilarious because it's only been 2 weeks of some Vivo content with other phones splashed in between. But anyway, let's see what you've got. So what's the first one, James?
The first one is, was hoping for more pictures, especially low light, by Kate Tuman _01.
Okay, so Kate Tuman, thank you for the comment. Yesterday we posted the photos using the zoom lens on the Vivo X200 Ultra, and we were at the top of the, or like halfway, just past halfway up it was actually. Yeah, that was only halfway. This building is unbelievable. I deliberately only chose those 4 focal range and examples because people switch off after too many. You can see the difference between with zoom lens and without. This wasn't an advertisement of what the zoom lens can do. I am not an ornithologist. I simply just wanted to do a comparison between with and without the zoom lens. So yes, I could have got more photos, and who knows if I will, but that's the reason I only done those 4. And as I mentioned in the video yesterday, the zoom lens might not be for everyone. It does limit your versatility.
Okay. So this is from Pacific-U8R. Better off with a cheap pocket camera.
Okay. Yeah, if you say so. When you say better off with a cheap pocket camera, are you saying that you're better off with a camera than your phone? So what pocket camera goes on WhatsApp? What pocket camera takes Wi-Fi calls, normal calls, connects to your smartwatch, emergency SOS? You get where I'm going with this. There's no camera that does that, but there are phones that do that with basically the same camera capabilities as a mirrorless or DSLR camera. So I see the point of your comment. It's not a full-on troll, but the point of a smartphone with great cameras is so you're carrying one thing, not 2 things. And the zoom lens isn't to carry around all day, every day. It's for unique examples of where you know you're going to get the use case out of it. So no, swapping your Vivo X200 Ultra or your Xiaomi 15 Ultra for a dedicated cheap camera, nothing like the same thing, my friend.
Tommy Gunn 6896.
Tommy Gunn, Rocky 5.
I know, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it is him. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it is the Tommy Gunn.
Yeah. Is he alive still? Or
maybe dead.
Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe, who knows. Be honest, it's really not worth buying. This isn't the X200, it's the X200 photo kit he's referring to.
Okay, so I am only honest. I can't help but be honest to a fault sometimes. If you watched the whole video and seen the summary, you will know, who was it? Tommy Gunn.
Tommy Gunn.
Tommy Gunn. Maybe it's a concussion from the punches you took from Rocky at the end of Rocky 5, but I said, I'll be honest, this isn't for everyone. I personally have it and I will use it once or twice a year, is literally what I said. But for everyone else, you're going to get by with the cameras because it's the best camera setup on a phone. So, as a blanket statement, if you're going to comment, watch the full fucking video. Thanks, Tommy Gunn.
TheMoon.K. Some wildlife photography could have been better with the zoom lens. Full stop.
Okay, so James has clearly started with the zoom lens video. We will get other questions from other videos. But yeah, wildlife photography would have been great. And so would photos of naked women and photos of the moon and photos of many other things. But I took you to the tallest building in the world in Dubai. I'm sorry that wasn't good enough. A lot of effort went into the video yesterday. So I'm never going to please everyone, but I'm sure there are other videos out there that don't go to the tallest building in the world, but they do take a picture of a pigeon shitting on a fountain. Cheers, moon.
So the moon K.
Oh, this guy again.
The moon.k again from this is the unboxing video.
Okay.
Just unboxing video of 20 minutes. Don't expect such clickbait from you.
Excellent. So would that be the Vivo X200 Ultra with camera kit unboxing video? That was the title. And you've said in your comment, I unboxed it for 20 minutes. What else were you expecting, Moon? It was an unboxing video. There's no clickbait here. You just need to look up the term clickbait. If you were expecting more, I posted a video yesterday. Thanks, Moon. Clickbait. Jesus.
I know, that's why I selected it, because it just wasn't. Amir Zenga 5723. Can you give me one Vivo 200U or Ultra for free?
Amir, actually, yes. If you subscribe to the channel or join through Buy Me a Coffee and comment on one of my Vivo videos, at the end of the year, I will be giving away an X200 Ultra for free, providing I reach 75,000 subscribers. Thanks for putting that in there, Jamie. That was a good segue. Hit subscribe, mother flunkers.
Marius Olimpla. I have the same exact model, but I don't have the satellite network option in the settings menu. Do you know why is that? This is for the Vivo X200U.
Okay, let's just have a look live. Is there a... This is the 1 terabyte silver. The 1 terabyte version. I'm not keeping it in.
Why not?
Only the 1 terabyte version has the satellite menu, Bluetooth, mobile network, connections. I mean, I'm not seeing satellite calling. I'll give it to Jamie to see if he is.
No, I think he's maybe referring to possibly like satellite phones, so 1 terabyte satellite Chinese phones. Maybe
Yeah, so there's a really key point there though. If you are outside of China, buying a satellite version that you see on a website, I don't think we stock. Do we say satellite version on any of them?
Nah.
It doesn't work outside China. It's satellite communications within China. So yeah, you're not going to see it. Marius, I'm assuming you're not in mainland China. You're not going to see or able to make or receive satellite calls.
Okay. Ben Grendon. Really like the format of filming in the great outdoors. Nice work and good video. The phone wasn't bad either. That was the St. Abs video.
Ah, New Asgard. Yes.
Asgard, yeah.
The Vivo X200 Ultra review is probably the favourite review I've ever done. I loved making that video. It was just during the weekend of our Average Dad meetup. Just had a great time. And yeah, the fact that, you know, New Asgard, St. Abs is just like 40 minutes from my house is outstanding. And yeah, my main goal is to make as many outdoor full review videos as possible, taking full advantage of the camera capabilities and just showing you a bit more of where I'm from, which is Scotland. So yeah, stay tuned to the channel. There will be a lot more content like that. Thank you, Ben.
Gina?
Nailed it.
Nailed it. First time, yeah. Gonigeena.
Gonigina.
Maybe, yeah. Beautiful locations again. Why did you stop giving scores at the end of your reviews? I think you went over it at one point, but yeah.
I did. I started, so for those that don't know, earlier on last year, maybe even the year before, I used to score all my full reviews 5 categories: design, build quality, cameras, software and price. But there's way more stuff to talk about, such as battery and just general usability and other special features. So it was hard to categorise things out of 5 points. Every category got 5 points, total out of 25. But then we had foldable phones. We had the Huawei Pura X. Where do you put that? It just got too difficult. And then I had to keep track of where are they in the standings and rankings, and it just got a bit difficult. So I make sure to cover all these things still in my full review, but with more on top and without a points. That
yeah,
good.
Good explanation. Some _ random _ penguin. All the photos and videos. I know. All the photos and videos were in like 480p though, so couldn't really tell the difference.
So, some random penguin, all my videos, I can assure you, when the camera phone has the capability, are in 4K 60 frames per second. All my YouTube uploads are in 4K. So if you're seeing 480p, there's a little cog at the bottom of your YouTube menu on the corner on the screen. Click that and then go to quality and see if it says auto 480p. Get a better job and buy better Wi-Fi, you skinto.
This is Il Registra 25. C'è Modello di Rayban, which is, I'm pretty sure, what Ray-Bans are you rocking in the
Excellent.
videos?
They are somewhere over there, but you know which ones they are. They're the Ray-Ban Meta Wayfarers. Speakers on them are really good, just if I'm on my own walking around somewhere listening to a podcast. The cameras, I always forget they're there because the glasses are not heavy at all, but there's 60-second 4K video recording and you can take photos, and it's got Meta AI. Not a sponsor, but they're Wayfarers with really cool functionality for like £220, I think. Cool.
Phil Savage 6186, extremely honest analysis. Thank you indeed. I will keep my X100 Ultra. This was a comment on the Versus, the X100 Ultra and the X200 Ultra.
Again, another great video with yourself out and about around Edinburgh. Yeah, I'm glad you put this comment in. Again, as always, full disclosure, I had no idea what comments, but I get a lot of comments from people saying, oh, love that you're so honest, blah, blah, blah. But I do get comments saying, of course you're going to say that because you're trying to sell the phone. Here is a prime example where I do not even think about the phones I sell, because I sell phones from Vivo, Xiaomi, Samsung, Oppo, everyone. Basically everyone apart from Apple. So I don't give a toss what phone I'm going to say I like or not, because I'm going to get sales anyway because it's your choice. The Vivo X100 Ultra versus X200 Ultra video, for any trolls or R words out there, would it not have been in my best interest to say, the Vivo X200 Ultra is so much better, you should upgrade now, 3% discount code? I'm not going to do that. I am always going to be honest. And if you didn't see that video, if you have the Vivo X100 Ultra, keep it. You have one of the best camera phones on the planet. If you don't have a Vivo phone, go buy the X200 Ultra. You will be impressed. Good.
This is from the Techspert video, 50HH3. Wait, what happened with Flossy? What did happen with Flossy, Mike?
You threw a curveball in there. I thought it was going to be about Techspert. I thought it was going to be about Chris.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those new to the channel, I think since the Flossy beef, we've had about 20k subs or 15k new subs. So, a good few months ago, the Huawei Mate X-T was released. And at that time, Flossy Carter, along with others, hadn't reviewed it. MKBHD, Mr. Who's the Boss, I was the first UK YouTube channel to get and use and review the Huawei Mate X-T. I'm talking for like weeks. And then the big ones got it, which was all fine. MKBHD gave a really honest and I thought fair, measured opinion of it, as did Aaron, Mr. Who's the Boss. Flossy, before he got the Mate XT, commented on my video saying that he would never get it, it's too damn expensive. He also made a video saying that it's too expensive, he can't afford that. So I made a react video saying, once the reviews were out, MKBHD, very fair. However, Flossy, you've now got the Mate XT, it's $5,000 you put in your video, and then you said, oh, I was always going to get this phone, damn. So I made a video just reacting saying, well, you lied, because you've literally said you couldn't afford it in my comment section, which I screenshotted, and now you've got it. Now, the issue was that you've now got the phone. It was now all of a sudden, you've got it, and it's great. Anyway, he then went on to his own personal live stream, which he does live streams all the time, and this beef had kind of gone not viral, but a lot of people were talking about it, so they kept bringing up me, oh, average dad's cool, he called you out, or average dad's a knob, blah, blah, blah. You know, all the flossy dick riders. Then he started to go in, he spent about 15-20 minutes, couldn't keep my name out his mouth, calling me a biscuit head and other drunken racial slurs. And that's ultimately where the beef led to, because the next day, the moron woke up with a hangover and he was either told to delete it or he deleted the live stream himself. So that's where we're at just now. In my humble opinion, Flossy Carter has fallen off. He's no longer relevant. I don't like the guy. And for all the Flossy Carter dick riders still watching my channel, first of all, why? Why are you still watching me if you're such a diehard for Flossy? And second of all, I truly mean, because I'm Scottish and honest, if he says something to me in real life, it's all like Donkey Kong. Good.
Tell us how you really feel about it.
Yeah, I ain't going to hold back. I'm sorry. I watched Flossy for years, but the same format, again, hilarious. He has a top-down view the whole time, barely any B-roll, no edits, no nothing. But because he swears and he talks all this like, yeah, haha, and he giggles like a little girl and he drinks every now and then, all his fans mop it up. Anyway.
So this is Alabasi 2004. Man, your videos are always different from others and I really like it. Amazing details and great differences that made me choose the right phone for me. Thank you a lot. So, yeah.
Good, thanks Alabasi. I'm going to just say right off the bat, all my videos aren't different and I do want to change that. Most of my videos are just my ugly mug talking head. They're all honest. They are on different phones. I think I've had, what are we, halfway through the year? Not even halfway through the year, and I think I've had like 80 different phones, or between 60 and 80 different phones. I try to give you the content off the beaten path. So I try to make sure that I'm reviewing all the phones that I think you should be seeing from other markets outside of Apple, Samsung and Google. But in terms of doing different stuff, yeah, I try, but trust me, as I've mentioned more recently, if you look at the channel, they're out and about, they're covering different topics. I'm doing videos like this, and I really want to start doing live streams and a podcast at some point as well. But thank you, Alabasi.
Mr. Walker 1000, which one has the best software UI? This is a comment on the Versus that you done, the X200.
So Vivo, yeah. Oppo and Xiaomi.
All the Ultras.
So I did cover that in that video because I do like to cover software as a topic. Of those three, it's Vivo. Vivo's Origin OS is my favourite purely because it's quick, smooth. I love the Vivo kits. I like the customization. And Vivo software gets Android Auto straight away. If not out the box, then with an update that comes within an hour of you setting up the phone. It gets Google AI integration really seamlessly when you download the Google widget or the Gemini app. Everything just seems to work on Vivo, including push notifications, better than on Xiaomi's HyperOS if it's a Chinese version. Obviously global version's fine. And better than Oppo's ColorOS, but again, if it's a global version, notifications are absolutely fine. While there's no major issues and it's like bot hair close, I would say Origin OS, then Color OS, then Hyper OS. But overall software, I'm still kind of siding with Samsung's One UI. For all those people that I think I don't like Samsung's One UI is probably still the best software skin over Android.
Mapu Boram Ahman.
Nailed it.
Again, just keep on nailing these names. Yeah. 1164. Vivo sound was wrost, but I think he means worst. So this is again the versus video.
Oh, in the versus video, the Vivo sound was worst. So speaker tests, speaker comparisons are super hard to get across in a YouTube video. Aaron, Mr. Who's the Boss, has one of those like £4,000 Oreo speaker, like the things that professionals use for sound recording. He has one of those, so what you hear in your headphones is basically true to life. I don't have one of those, so when I do speaker tests, a lot of the time it's just judged on loudness. I can tell you that when you're in the room with the Vivo, the Xiaomi or the Oppo, the Vivo's got the best speakers, unless you go swimming with it. Yeah, I went swimming with it the other day. The underwater mode is incredible, but like any phone, if you go swimming with it without a waterproof case on, even if it's IP68 or 69 water and dust resistant, it will get filled up with water in the speakers, but after an hour or two, it clears up and it's fine. And a special shout out on speakers to the Honor Magic 7 RSR and the Asus ROG 9 Pro. Along with those two, the Vivo's up there. So they're not the wrost or worst.
Tamjid Sadiq. I did nail that one.
You did nail that.
I did nail that one.
Sadiq.
Which one is the thickest of the Ultras comparison? So the...
Oh, we're still talking phones. I thought we were talking women now. Right, of the what?
Which one is the thickest? Is the comparison?
Oh, it's still from the versus video.
From the versus, yeah.
The Vivo.
Yeah,
I think so. Have we got the X8 Ultra here?
Yeah, I think.
Go grab it.
Over. Okay.
Obviously, we're going to speed this bit up.
Yeah. This feels thicker. Like I think, but we don't have the X8 Ultra. Oh, sorry, not the Xiaomi 15. Yeah. I think it's real close, but that feels thicker to the hand. I think, you know, like.
Yeah. So I've got the X8 Ultra and the X200 Ultra in the hand. Jamie's right. This feels thicker. Also feels like an iPhone. iPhone 16 Pro Max versus X8 Ultra video coming in the next couple of days. But that's only, in my opinion, because they're kind of like chamfered edges. It still has a slight curve, whereas the Oppo's completely flat. Listen, I don't know. In the hand, it feels like the Oppo's thicker, but GSM Arena, which is where I get most of my specs from, will tell you to the millimeter what the thickness is. They're all between like 8.2 and 8.6.
GKF3305. Chinese brands killing each other doesn't seem that good. They are just getting bulky to a point where they are cameras rather than phones.
Okay, I see your debate and point and raise you the facts. If it wasn't for the Chinese brands competing against each other, we would be stuck in a world where Samsung has the Z Fold 7 or 6 or 5 or 4 that just is the same phone. We need the competition from the Chinese market. And in terms of they're just getting too bulky, this is the Oppo Find N5. The thinnest and lightest foldable phone on the planet, as thin as a candy bar phone. When unfolded, look at it. I'm unsure where the bulky part comes. Now granted, the Vivo X200 Ultra does have a massive camera, but it's still not a heavy phone and it wouldn't be classed as bulky in my opinion. So yeah, we need the competition, otherwise we're going to be paying £1,300 for phones like an iPhone. We need the competition.
Golden Odysseus. Love your comments because they seem to be so well spoken and so sincere about your own experiences and not just about specs.
Yeah, Yeah, I could take...
I disagree with the well-spoken.
Yeah, to be fair, not well-spoken. I barely speak, a pauper's English, let alone the Queen's English. I appreciate the comment, and that's all I can do. I make sure I get all these phones in my hand before doing any reviews because I want my experience. What I have found other YouTubers more and more often doing is getting a phone gifted to them. I'm going to call it. MKBHD used to use phones. He used to be super relevant and the go-to person for me personally before I purchased a phone because it felt like he actually knew what he was talking about and used the phone for a decent amount of time. More often than not now, he's just reading a spec sheet. He has opened the phone, sorry, scratch that. One of his team has opened the phone a few days ago, set up for him, told him what they think. He's then added a few of their opinions on top of a spec sheet. That is the opposite of the content I am going to continue to provide because you need to know what it's actually like in real life, what it feels like from an average person. Yeah, I'm not just going to read a spec sheet, but I do find that from the big YouTubers more and more, that's all they're doing now. Good example of someone that always does it right. Michael Fisher, Mr. Mobile. I just watched his, on a phone that I am not interested in, but I'll have in a few days, the Modello Razr 60 Ultra. His review of that, he clearly used this phone daily. All day, and you can tell in his review. That's who I want to continue to emulate.
And this is the last one from Patrice Ngassa. Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
No, but seriously, yeah, just keep up, man.
Yeah, that's all we can do. All we can do is keep doing what we're doing. We're at 62, roughly 1,000 subs. The views are great, the community is great. I mentioned yesterday there's a Buy Me a Coffee link. We just had the Average Dad meetup in the UK. We're going to have an Average Dad meetup in the USA. Things are really good for the Average Dad community and tech in general, if you want it to be. If you watch my videos or other tech videos, or any video for that matter, it doesn't have to be tech, and you're going into it with negative thoughts, assumptions, and all you want to do is comment negative stuff, what's the point? Life is way too short. If someone is doing something egregious, then by all means call it out. But if you're not going to watch a video but just comment negative stuff, I just don't see the point. And then for anyone else that's got specific questions that they don't want to ask in the comments, please remember, because I have the store now, there's a support page, support@averagedadofficial.com. Jamie, Samantha, myself, we'll answer your questions, and a lot of people will be able to attest to this. What I am like in my videos is what I'm like when I respond in comments, which isn't always the best thing. But if you are asking me in the store, I've got the Vivo X200 Pro, I want to buy the X200 Ultra, I will tell you, are you sure? I don't think you should. The way I carry myself here is the way I carry myself in life. Some people like it, some people don't. For those that don't, fuck off. Until next time, sorry, thank you Jamie for all that. That was really cool. You're the best. And yeah, until next time.